back with you here live from the ICTV studios. And a good thing, too, because the weather here in upstate New York has been less than ideal. Snow, rain, the whole nine. But I'll tell you what, it makes for some perfect hockey weather, and the Big Red women's team have taken advantage of it. At 18-4-5 and sitting on top of the ECAC, they had a chance to take home the regular season title for the first time since 2020. It's the Big Red and Brown at Liner Rink on a snowy Friday as we take you out to the action. First period, about 10 minutes to go. Messier gets it at the point, looks to her fellow blue liner in Grover. So does every other pair of eyes on the ice, and Messier rips it top cheese, her 7th of the season. The captain breaks open the scoring, makes it 1-0. Into the second we go. Big Red up 2-0, but the Bears on the man advantage. Cue the Jaws music because Brown is circling, have the Big Red right where they want him. Defense loses DaCosta waiting on the doorstep, make it 2-1. DaCosta's 11th of the season. Tigers, Bears, what else to be afraid of? Lions, Abby Lions, Ripperoo off the face-off, and we're tied at 2. Bergman unhappy with that one. Still in period 2 here, Big Red doing a good job getting everyone involved this season, and Fleming gets pushed over but still catches a piece of the rubber. The redirect off the Gilday shot. It's 3-2, Fleming's 7th of the year. To the third now, the Big Red with silky mitts here. Rude feeds Van Gelder, and how about a 24/7 all-you-can-eat buffet on the front porch gives Cornell the 4-2 lead. Deep in the third now, and we slowed this down. A mishandle behind their own net. The Bears give Avar her team-leading 14th of the season and a 5-2 lead. The Bears with a final last-ditch effort. They win that face-off, but Jockums swats it all the way down the ice, and a 6-2 victory for the Red and White en route to their 7th regular season Ivy League title.
Here's what we think encapsulated the semester. At number 5, Ithaca Volleyball has been building a dynasty on the hardwood. 3 Liberty League championships in a row. It's close to becoming a reoccurring holiday at this point on the South Hill. And Fish, can you hear the bells? I'm talking cowbells, of course, because at number 1, Ithaca Field Hockey won their first Liberty League championship this year against the University of Rochester. This team, these seniors, have been building something special for the last 4 years. They finally get to write their names in Ithaca Field Hockey history.
Listen, we always bring the boom here on Sports Final. Lucas Orlovitz, thank you so much.
From one pond to the frozen pond. Yeah, that's right. We're talking hockey, and we're bringing you NHL. Preseason has just begun, and me and my girl Molly Golden right here are going to tell you what you need to know.
Let's make some way too early Cup predictions. Stanley Cup 2025, who you got?
All right, early Cup favorite. I will disappoint all the Ranger fans and say, how about the Devils? Let's put the Devils in the final. I know it's been a while since they've gotten that far.
Football may be starting to hit their stride under first-year head coach Dan Swanstrom, and that reflects what's going on in the NFL. Eli and I can handle college football, but we don't get paid for covering the NFL. Nor do we get paid at all. So we'll hand it over to the man with all the answers, Justin Antonucci. Kale, I mean, a 4-game point streak. How have you been finding the back of the net from the blue line?
I think I just, starting to play on my toes a little bit more, trying to anticipate plays in the offensive end, and obviously getting really good looks from our forward group. They have a lot of skill and good vision, so they make it easy.
And 11 of your teammates have points in this one already. What does that say about this team?
Yeah, we're playing a really good team game the last few. We've been really hungry on the net, and the rest of the D have been good at getting the puck to the net where the forwards have been hanging out, so we just need to continue that.
And then what is your team going to have to do to close the door here in this third period?
Just not cheap for offense. I think if we just keep playing the way we are, keep taking care of the puck, we'll be fine.
Coach, it seemed like every guy whose hands you put the ball in, they managed to do something with it. What was going on today?
Yeah, it was fun to watch our guys execute right out of the gate. Came out hot. Matt was throwing the ball around, getting out of pressure. You guys were finishing down the field. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sam Klein, Nick Matos, Nick Lang, Ben Marinaccio, those guys, they deserve it because they blocked their butts off on the perimeter, and they deserve to get some balls thrown their way and make some plays down the field, give them some opportunities. Matt gave him a great play, put him in a great spot for him, and and then we got Colin coming in to finish the job. So, really proud of those guys defensively, just lining up and just going through our process on a weekly basis gets us prepared to win these games. So proud of the guys. We know there's some things that happened today that we're going to have to really clean up for next week if we want to have a shot against a really good number 2 team in the country. But just proud of our effort. Good to get the win.
And I heard you in the huddle say something about
the guys up the road that you guys have to play next week. What's the message that you think a win like this sends?
Yeah, it's just that we keep getting better. I think that's really what all it is that, there's continual improvement in this program, and we're getting more confidence as the weeks goes on, but we know that the challenge that we have ahead is much different than the challenges that we've had over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So we've got to have our best week of preparation yet, but we have to just stick to our process and put the ball down. Let's go play football.
Senior day for a lot of the guys out here on the field. What has this group of seniors meant to you? What does this game mean to them?
Yeah, they're a special group of guys. I love them. This guy loves them a lot too. And, we're really sad to see them go. But they've left their mark, and they've left this place better than they found it. And that's what we really talk about in this culture is leaving it better than you found it and supporting the guys that are younger than you, because one day they're going to be in your shoes. So this is just another, step in the journey. And our guys, they're not done yet. They're not ready to be emotional and think about the past. They're ready to think about what's in front of us, and that's Cortland.
Jay, Bombers win. You know what to say?
Go Bombers.
Go Bombers. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate your time.
Another mistake just there is Gelb underneath to Thompson. Got it poked away. Here's Gill with it now, moving quick. And tries to finish. The finger roll goes down. The crowd loves it. And one, Maddie Gill.
MC Hammer, you cannot touch this. When Gill gets in her bag like that, she can throw it up with whatever hand she wants. Ray, I don't even think she was looking at the rim. That's some great stuff right there. Turnover after turnover after turnover. These teams are running back and forth playing some sloppy basketball. Maddie Gill is the one who capitalizes.
So here's Gill looking to cash in on the three-point play. She does. Cuts the deficit to 4. It's 31-27. Both of these teams matching each other. They're shooting 40% from the field. Bombers 100% from the stripe as McDermott missed the point-blank layup. And Ichabal-Seta trying to push the pace again. Watkins, who just checked back in, gets it poked away from McDermott. It'll stay Bomber basketball.
I think Ithaca is just happy to see that they get to move with numbers. Ichabal-Seta is going to check out here, get one of her only breathers that she's likely to get this whole game. But you force a turnover, you like to move in transition, the Bombers get it done there, stopped, but that style of basketball is how Ithaca comes back into this game.
Coach Raymond has talked about how comfortable he is going 9 or 10 deep in his bench when everyone's healthy. Now, granted, there have been some injuries that have sort of stifled that ability to go 9 or 10 deep, but you can expect a lot of players out here on the floor to play some big minutes. Here's Waite, a long-range jumper, nobody underneath the basket but Tova Gelb.
Yeah, two different styles of game. Coach Raymond, no matter how healthy he is, he's going to dig deep into that bench. Really, no matter the stakes of the game, for Vassar, they roll with their guys.
Here's Harvey, another 3 off a kick-out pass from McDermott. She tries for another one, and too many steps. I think that's Harvey's second travel.
Harvey's second travel, that at least in recent memory, she's just moving too fast for her own good. The nerves are setting a little bit. Now, Harvey, she's putting together a pretty decent game, but you got to set up in those spots, and she tries to blow right by Dixon. We saw Dixon on the other end. She has some travels of her own. Just fast basketball being played. Things are getting hot.
Here's Watkins, tries to muscle up a shot, no foul called. And Gelb, rainbow pass to Harvey underneath. Dixon was in the way of Maddie Ahern.
Yeah, Dixon's feeling herself. A couple straight defensive stops. If she can get something going on the offensive end, she's really going to be on fire. The defense has been quite impressive for multiple different Bombers today.
Dixon's already had 2 steals. The D1 transfer, she came up big yesterday. A couple of big 3s that got the Bombers going early. They've struggled from deep tonight with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Drevna, pull-up shot, it wriggles in.
Ray, thank goodness. Drevna keeps getting the ball with 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock in horrible position. She bails out the Bombers.
Another turnover, Emma Waite with the steal. Here's Gill, quick in transition. Misfire on the pass to kick it back out. And it'll go the other way. It's 31-29 with 47 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Anya Watkins, the only one on the Bombers in double digits. She's got 10. Gelb and Harvey with 11 and 10 respectively. Here's McDermott. She's been quiet, just 5 points. But how about 4 assists for McDermott as Ahern tries for the layup. The finger roll can't fall. 27 seconds on the clock. 2 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. As Emma Waite will slow things down, let her team get into position.
Look at this bottom line. They have all 4 on the baseline. Emma Waite saying, get out of my way before I run this play.
11 seconds to go, 8 on the shot clock. Emma Waite right down the lane. Here's Watkins, the gimme layup, taps it in.
Is that not the
Shabani continues her reign of terror from the line. Serbusic looks to end it, she won't. Shabani for Harris, who's got 4 tonight. That one dug out by Singleton. Serbusic again, cross court, it doesn't land. Shabani for Warnyuk, off the block. Lepore has it handled. Serbusic soft touch over. Back and forth, great rally brewing. Can Harris end it? No, it's way long.
She was just slightly under that ball. Her approach, she beat the ball a little bit in her approach. So when you get under that ball and aren't able to get on top of it as a hitter, that's when it tends to float out like it did.
Some high-intensity rallies already tonight in a high-intensity game. Shaddles, who put the first service error into the net. And Carmen's turned away by that New Hampshire block, but it's out of play. 14-9, UAlbany extends their lead.
And it almost hit her back there as she was traveling out of bounds, and her teammates were a little worried that an accidental touch might have happened, but thankfully for the Great Danes, it did not.
So here's Warnyuk, knuckleball serve into the back row. Shaddles for Kaufman on the far side. Papaiorio turned away by the block. That's dug out by Malik. Harris with the soft touch. It almost lands. Shaddles. Here's Serbusic down and good.
A great swing. UAlbany was just not able to seal that block against the net, and it falls in front of them.
Serbusic notches her second and brings her own self to the line. Back row, Malik has it handled. Here's Papaiorio, turned away. And we talked about how big that block was gonna be for the Wildcats tonight. They continue to dominate on the front lines. Suffocating coverage.
She was able to, just at the last second, close that block.
Harris turned away again. Kelly Kaufman, the conference leader in blocks per set, and she continues to combine on the front lines.
Here's another look at that block. That time it was their outside, though their middle was a little bit late, still able to put the ball away.
Shabani for Papaiorio. She goes for the touch this time. Own bound, pokes it over. Another soft touch from Carmen, good pancake from Lepore. Here's Karabalut, cross court. Dug out by Papaiorio. Kendall Harris goes for the touch. Doesn't fool the Wildcats, back row out of play.
That's a tough swing for Shaddles. A little definitely out of system. She's trying to hug that line, but just barely hit her hand the wrong way. Especially as a setter, it's hard when you are presented with that opportunity to hit because you're just not used to it. As much as you practice in gameplay, you don't get that opportunity so often, so you're more likely to make that mistake.
Some fast-paced offense here in the early goings of set one as another service ace for the Great Danes. 2 already for them tonight. (16-12). Great Danes lead by 4. This is Gabriella Carmen. Lepore has it this time. Shaddles for Hohenbaum. She's turned away and that deflects off her body. Give it to the Great Danes.
Yes, another tight set to the right side. That's a tough angle. Just a little bit too tight. Had she been off the net with that set a little more, she would have had a greater opportunity to get around that block.
UAlbany, and what they've been able to do this season, a complete turnaround. 2-7 in the conference last year, and largely due to what head coach Josh Pickard's been able to do in his 6th season with the Great Danes.